Hey guys, I'm Oxy and this is my Leyndell Knight character build in Elden Ring. The purpose of this build is to roleplay as those Leyndell Knights. So, let's see what we have here. We're gonna start with my stats. Now this character is quite high level, but on the screen I'm gonna put the minimum stats requirement in order to use this build efficiently. So you don't need to be crazy high level for this build, trust me. Now, when we're going to equipment, this is the interesting part. I said that we use everything that they have. So, yeah, we do have that. We do have the Partisan Spear. I do have the Spectral Lens Ash of War on it, which is giving us a good range attack, and also we're doing some good poison damage. We do have the Great Shield. On this one, I do have the Giant Hunt Ash of War, one of the best Ash of War that you can have on a great sword. We do have the Golden Great Shield. This one have the no skill Ash of War, which means that I can use my special attack with my sword even if I'm holding a shield with my other hand. The Claw Mark Seal because we do use a couple of incantations. And about the armor is the full set of Leyndell Knight armor set. I'm gonna show you where to get everything soon. At the talismans, we do have the Great Shield Talisman. It's boosting guard abilities. We do use a shield, so it's quite useful. The Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, it's boosting physical damage negation. Again, it's quite useful. Shard of Alexandra greatly boosts the attack power skills. Quite a good one. Basically more damage. And Lightning Scorpion Charm. Raise lightning attack but lower damage negation. We do need this because we use a lot of lighting damage with this build, a lot of lightning attacks. Now, at the Flask of Wondrous Physics, you can see the mixed status that I have on it. One is boosting lightning damage and the other one is boosting stamina recovery. I do use also the Mimic Tear Ash. Now this one it's quite useful. You can just get basically a double of you. I know it did got nerfed, but it's still good, trust me. Another thing that I do use is Lighting Grace. This is quite useful also. Let's talk about the incantations that I do use on this build. There is three of them. The first one is Golden Wow, pretty standard, increase attack and defense for self and allies. Flames grant me strength, raise physical and fire affinity attack power. And the last one, electricity armament, enhance right hand armament with lighting damage. This is quite important because we do have the talisman which is boosting lighting damage, and the flask of wonders physics also it's boosting lighting damage. So we're doing a lot of lighting damage with our sword. Now, where can you get the full armor set and all the weapons and the shield? You need to make your way to the artist shack in this region of the map. Right, you can see it right here from Godric. You can get here. It's a really early game location where you can get this knight to spawn and you can just farm him. Right, you're gonna go down and there is the knight. There is the artist shack behind me. There's the site of grace over there at the shack. And there's the knight. What you want to do is just go, kill him, go back to the grace, rest at the grace, and just repeat it. There you go. And he's dead. He didn't drop anything this time, but what we want to do now is just go back to the site of grace. We're gonna rest at the site of grace. Don't need to pass time or anything, and it's gonna respawn the knight. There you go, just rest. And now that we rest, we can go back and it just respawned the knight. There you go, there it is. And happy farming is gonna take you quite a bit to get everything from him. Now let's see more a little bit about those weapons. There's the partisan spear and this one have a nice standard spear poke attack. Can't really complain about it, have a good range and good damage. Now the interesting thing about this spear and what I put on it, the spectral lens ash of war, look at this. This thing have range and this thing can do some damage and it's barely cost any FP. Crazy good. I really like this. Now we do have also the great sword. This is again pretty standard movement for a great sword. Nothing really interesting. But when we do use the buffs, this sword is gonna be much more stronger. So we do have the flask, which is boosting our stamina recovery and lightning damage. And we do have lightning armament, so we're getting even more lightning damage. Another buff that I do use, like I said, golden wow, more damage, frames can respond. Basically, those are the standard ones for this build. There we go. And now we are ready for combat. Now, as I said on the great sword, I did put the giant hunt. The giant hunt basically just a quick stab and a spear attack. It's really useful, especially against tanky enemies. You can just poke them and they're gonna fly in the air, and it's really strong. Yeah, so that's basically everything about the build. Pretty standard build to be honest, but we're doing some really good lightning damage, we have some good defense, and we do have a range attack also with the spear. So I do enjoy to play as those annoying knights for sure. And this is it. This is the Leyndell Knight character build in Elden Ring. What do you think about this build? I sure like it. This is something really interesting and is doing some really good damage. If you like this kind of videos, don't forget to press the like button, maybe to subscribe. I do have other build videos on this channel, which you can see in the descriptions. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you guys in the next one.